What is up, boys and girls? This is your buddy Alertwolf here to bring you another Hunter x Hunter review. This time I'm doing it on episode 90. And this one's called Interest and Curse. Alright, and as you can tell, this is a dual part episode. This is a A-B type episode. But before I even get into that, real quick update for me. Basically, what held me up for the last 2 weeks is what life did. You know, I said before I started a new job, I mean, just to give you an idea of how many hours I'm working, I worked 53 hours last week. So I've been pretty busy with that. But it does give me the weekends off. However, the last 2 weekends in a row, I've been looking for a car. I'm proud to say I found one. Ended up getting a 2013 Elantra GT, Hyundai Elantra GT. It's a hatchback. It's white. It's beautiful. And so, as I've said in my other videos, I'm going to say them on all my catch-up videos from 2 weeks ago. You know, because different guys watch different things, to let you know where I'm at. So, again, good things with my personal life, good things with my YouTube life. 100 subscribers finally, yes. And so I will be doing the anime Redux in the next few days when I get a chance. And it is going to be a combination of the new feature, and it's going to be my, you know, thank you video for 100 subscribers. So, if you guys are willing to try something new, and I appreciate some feedback on it, let me know and watch it. Alright, now to get back into the review, now that that's all caught up, and I'm doing all the last week's episodes, and then I'll do this week. So just wait a day or so and you'll get next week's last week's episode review as well. Alright, so where were we? So episode 90, A and B episode. Basically, this one is about the fights between Gon and Knuckle, and Killua and Shoot. And it starts with Gon and Knuckle first. They start with a few attacks, and then Gon gets hit with this little dude with a counter, and it flies. But basically, the way Knuckles' Nen power works is he infected with every attack that he landed. He loaned him some of his auras, and that loan has a steep interest rate. If Gon doesn't pay it up, it's like basically the interest will fill him up with excess Nen to the point where he explodes. Basically, more or less, I'm simplifying things. It's more or less how that works. I'm oversimplifying it. And he gets this long-winded, complicated mathematical explanation of potential and the way you release, and the reason why paper wasn't that strong, because he hasn't practiced it that much, and all of these things. And it's a funny moment because, you know, he falls down. Gon falls down. He's like, I didn't expect this type of attack, you know, from brain overload. But Gon gets it. Every 10 seconds, the thing doubles or accumulates interest, and if it gets large enough, he's going down, so he starts fighting. And this is Knuckles' strategy for neutralizing the rock, paper, fist. Yeah, right, his jockin. And that's pretty much that half of the fight. You know, they're not too much. I think the majority of this, although it was an A and B, has to be the B. And the B is interesting because it's all about Killua trying to break his training, trying to break his curse of running away. And because what Biscuit said really hit home for him. And so he's fighting this guy, and this guy, Shoot's ability is first, he's missing half of his arm. He has these 3 floating hands, and he has a cage that floats. And if he punches you with his Now, we only saw this work with his real hand, the one that's attached to him. Where he hits you becomes grayed out and doesn't exist anymore. I think the body parts are going in the cage, but I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this. I'll wait until the next episode to find that one out. But basically, he is a mental struggle with himself because his brother's training. And you have to understand, since birth, his brother's been training him on how to do things. And it's hard for him to break those habits that have been welded into him since birth, basically. And he keeps trying to break it. At one point, there was a symbolic motion where he breaks the rings that are holding his yo-yos, and he's going for the attack, and then he's like, shoots like, oh, electricity. And he's like, well, how did you know? And that froze him up, and he's like, don't over pursue. And obviously we know how he knows, because he telegraphed the electricity earlier in the fight, and Shoot caught onto it. But I love this mental struggle Killua is having. He's hearing Biscuit's words. He's hearing his brother's words. He's not listening. His body isn't reacting the way he wants it to, because he can't seem to break it. But he's motivated, though, and I like this. I like this inner battle he's having. The inner battle, I think, is more interesting in some ways than the outer battle he's having. You know, only in some ways. I'm not gonna lie. This fight is fun. It's fun to watch. Him going ham with the yo-yos in like a defense mode, that was pretty cool. You know, so I mean, I dig it. You know, so I like this thing. And then on the same time, you have Shoot's mental battle with himself, that he too is like Knuckle and is too nice, and he gets overly concerned about his opponents. And not just that, he developed a power that he said will only allow him to fight when it's absolutely necessary to fight. Meaning, if it's not necessary to fight, he has no ability. So he will only act when it's like his last resort. Only watching Gon and Killua, it's taught him how to that sometimes opponents should be met at full strength. So a worthy opponent should be met at full strength. So I dig that. And I dig that he's wondering why his reaction times aren't right, if there's something wrong, and that he can't think that way. But this also leads me to conclude the same thing, that basically his students are just too soft. These guys are too nice of dudes to get drawn in to something as horrid as the Chimera ends. And the episode his segment pretty much ends with him asking him, how did you know about my electricity, and him freaking out. Now, we do get a flash of, meanwhile, back at the Chimera Ants, the queen is almost done having the king. You know, we get one of those moments. Meanwhile, and he looks like he's ready to hatch out of his egg anytime now, which would be awesome to see the king running around and doing sorry about that, and doing his thing. I completely dig it. I cannot wait until the next episode 91, and I won't wait, because I took so long to review this that I can just watch the very next episode right away. So it's called, you know, ooh, and we get to see the king in the next episode. He looks badass. And the next episode's called The Strong and the Weak. So now what am I going to give this episode? I'm going to give this one a 3.5 out of 5. And the reason why is because of the action was good, but the mental, sorry about that. The computer heard me talking about Hunter x Hunter and just decided to play a video on its own. But excuse me. But because of that mental anguish going on there, that kicked it up an extra notch for me. And the reveal that the king was about to be born, all good stuff. So 3.5 out of 5 out of me. And for you guys that watch this, I'm sorry it's late. I am really getting used to this new job, and pretty soon I'll be good, you know. But having said all that, click it up if you like it, comment if you must, and please, please, please subscribe if you can, and join the rest of you 100 dudes and chicks out there that have joined me in making this channel great. And this is Alertwolf signing out.